Welcome back from that ad break, viewers. Slightly unscripted.
Yeah, it's good to be back, PT. It's second half of the show now. We'll start to look at the women and the senior men and volunteer of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So women, obviously, I think I was saying we had a players player last year, which was just a little bit of a recognition of those ladies who'd taken part. They cast some votes. But this year, first ever time, we've properly done a BNF vote count where the umpires have awarded votes after every match.
Yep.
So our first ever winner of the Best and Fairest Award, and a fantastic season by this young lady, Cambridge McCormack from the Port Macquarie Magpies. So she's taken out the BNF, obviously, best on ground the week before in the grand final in a losing team.
Yeah.
So sensational season. I think from memory, I think I said to you, didn't I, that with her university and her travelling back to Brisbane commitments, I think she played 6 matches out of the 10 in the home and away rounds. So out of a possible maximum 18 votes she could have collected from those matches, she polled 17.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty handy, isn't it?
It absolutely is. A very super influential player in the women's competition, and when she was going back to Brisbane, she was usually going back there to play a really good standard of footy as well as see family, I suppose, and holidays and things like that. But playing some really, really good footy, and you can see why she was cut the last cut from the Brisbane Lions AFLW team in that first year.
Yeah.
She's a very good player, very mobile, can really jump high, and is an excellent player.
Yeah,
and a fine young lady.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've both had a lot to do with her because she's been a casual DO for us.
Yep.
She's a ripper. So, speaking of ladies who had great seasons, a runner-up. So the runner-up is somebody who took out the Nikki Wallace medal earlier this year, second time in a row for the best and fairest in the youth girls competition. She won the best on ground in the grand final. Best on ground in the rep game this year, senior women's rep game, and then has taken out the runner-up in the BNF in the women's comp, and that's Cassidy Ronalds from the Coffs Harbour Breakers.
Yeah, absolutely. Cass only started playing footy 18 months ago. The start of 2017. Comes from a good Tiger family. So that's fantastic. She's involved with the AFL New South Wales ACT talent program there, so she's got still one more year in that youth girls under 18 possibility. So look, I really, if she can continue to develop her game over the next 12 months, I think she's a real chance to make that state team next year.
Oh, I mean, she's quick, she's ferocious at it, she wins a lot of ball, lays a lot of tackles.
Yep. Yeah, probably
Big
just
chance.
Kicking and bouncing, probably the two that she just needs to work on those skills over the off season, and yeah, she can go really well. May even get drafted one day to play for the Tigers.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be fantastic. Goal kicking, mate, in the ladies.
Goal kicking in the ladies. Well, no great surprise there. There's only ever going to be one winner of that award. That's Kira Bassett from the Sawtell Tormina Saints. I think she started the season with about a lazy 5 in her first game, and I think she's probably had about a season high of about 7 at one stage.
Yep.
But finished 27 goals all up for the season. I know she missed one match because she was at Pink concert.
That's right.
So she's averaged about 3 per match.
Yep.
Certainly when you look at a lot of the women's matches, which are generally low-scoring affairs, if you've got somebody that you can bank on 3 goals from, you're just about in a winning position right from the outset, aren't you? So very, very useful, very influential player in that respect.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so well done to Kira and to all the ladies. Been a fantastic first year of women's footy. We've absolutely loved it. Can't wait to get it back again next year. We're sure it's going to be bigger and better.
Absolutely. Terrific.
Which brings us on to the Brian Saville Medal, mate.
Yes.
In honour of the great man who did all that fantastic things back in 1982 to start the league up, and even before that to start teams here in Coffs around about 78ish, I think, off the top of my head.
Great to see him down there to present.
It was always good to catch up with Brian and his wife Lynn.
Yep.
So this year's Brian Saville medalist, which now goes with his Woodlock medal, best on ground, I think about 2015 grand final. Daniel Johnson, Sawtell Tormina Saints, in a bit of a landslide really.
Yeah, he won comfortably, didn't he?
I think DJ polled 22 votes as opposed to the runner-up who got 12. So one by 10 votes. I think within those 22 votes, I think there were about 6 occasions when DJ polled the maximum, got the 3 votes as best on ground. So been a bit of an all or nothing season to some degree for DJ, but certainly been an influential player for the Saints all year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I umpire him when he gets a lot of the footy and uses it well. Got a raking left foot. He certainly does stand out in some regards there when you're umpiring. He did have a really good year. So congratulations to him. Jesse always polls well in.
We haven't announced it yet, mate. So you better give.
Oh, sorry.
No, announce it.
Jesse Smith was the runner-up. And look, he regularly polls well. Didn't play a huge number of games again this year, but does have the habit to get a lot of free votes as well because he's so silky with the ball. He was the runner-up.
Yeah, Jesse had something like about 6 or 8 votes. Can't quite remember now after 3 rounds, which is a pretty phenomenal effort.
Yep.
Before he copped his first sort of injury of the year, which laid him low for a number of weeks. And yeah, as I said earlier, polled 12 overall to get runner-up. So. He's been our league best and fairest 3 times, one of only 3 blokes to do that, along with Cuzzo and I think Brian Raver, I think is the other one from memory. And that's the second year that I'm aware of, certainly in my time, second year now that he's been runner-up. So 5 years, 3 wins and 2 runners-up. It's pretty consistent playing, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, yeah. And certainly if you could get on the paddock a bit more and be injury-free, he'd go even better, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully for Jesse, look forward to a big season next year, injury-free, like you say, get a good run at it.
Yep.
That can only be a good thing for the Port Macquarie Magpies, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the goal kicker of the year for the seniors was Nick Stanley-Velt from the Breakers, 63 goals, which is a pretty impressive effort.
Yeah, absolutely. 14
of those in one match, so that sort of gets you a long way towards your 63, I guess, when you do that.
Yeah, it does. But Noodle, as he's been known by everyone, did have a very good year, particularly in the back half. He was kicking really, really well.
Yeah.
Struggled a bit with the kick in the early part of the year, but started to kick the ball really well in the back half of the year, probably because he's a DO now. He was practising his kicking a bit more.
Kicking school.
I don't think it had anything to do with my kicking skill, mate, no. But he had a good year, and he was very good at giving the ball off as well inside 50. He was one of those players that doesn't just turn around, he turns back on the goals and not see to give the ball off. So, games I umpired, he was giving the ball off a lot to someone that was in the right position to kick a goal if they were there. Yeah.
So great season by all the players, and congrats to all those guys and girls who won awards. I guess, end of the day, footy is about the players and about the teams and those kind of things, but equally, footy doesn't happen without those teams of volunteers all over the place who put in so many hours, and basically, I think it's like the tip of an iceberg, isn't it? We see the 15% that people do, the players see the 15%, but there's another 85% that goes on behind the scenes that's unseen. So we like to celebrate and acknowledge those guys as well. Each club gets to nominate a Volunteer of the Year. Grafton nominated Kim Finning. The Breakers nominated Jay Guthrie. Sawtell nominated Scott Jarvis. And Port Macquarie nominated Elaine Gilman. So congratulations to all those folks. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you to all volunteers out there. But the league winner overall, mate, be careful, don't knock the phone down again, was Jay Guthrie from the Breakers. So congratulations to Jay, League Volunteer of the Year. Well done to you, very well deserved, particularly for all your efforts in trying to bring the other clubs, or bring all the clubs closer together. It's very much appreciated. That's almost it, mate, except for we don't have an award for Coach of the Year this week, maybe next week as part of the Footy Show Awards.
Right.
But it has been brought to my attention and to your attention that maybe there wasn't enough recognition given to 22-year-old Brant Lee for the job he's done in pulling together a team that went on to Premiership glory this year. Certainly gave him a couple of shout-outs around rep time, but maybe we dropped the ball a little bit there. So good to see we're being viewed internationally now, overseas in Tasmania.
Brant's mum?
May have been.
May have been, yeah.
May have been. So thanks for drawing that to attention. And so big shout out, well done Brant, and all the coaches of the Premiership teams. Beezer, Jed Byrne, and Mark Taylor. So well done to all of those folks, and thank you to all their coaches everywhere. So I touched on it, Footy Show Awards next week. So
it's a big show, Footy Show Awards. We have to get dressed up, put the ties on and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
Penguin seats. We're calling out to the viewers to nominate. We'll put something on our AFL North Coast Facebook page later on this week. and it's your opportunity to nominate any special award. So it might be a weird injury, it might be biggest falcon, any sort of thing that's a little bit odd that we might want to give a shout out. We need to obviously keep it clean and that sort of thing, but for our G-rated audience. But happy to take any nominations and we'll sieve through those and certainly discuss a few of the better ones next week.
Yeah, so people just need to give us, a category, mate? So come up with your own category.
Yep.
Tell us who's won.
Come up with your own category. We'll have some that we might shout out for, but come up with your own if you want. Make up your own award.
Yeah, tell us who's won it and give us a bit of an explanation. We won't have seen it. We won't be able to do it justice unless we know the backstory to it. So let us know. And like you say, Crawls, we'll pick out the better ones. We'll throw them in with the ones that we want to give shout-outs to. And,
people could reenact and send their video in and we could then talk about it.
Oh, then we just got to work out how to publish that as well.
Yes, we'll work it out.
Righto.
All right, thanks viewers.
Tune in next week.
Sorry about your phone, mate. I can't believe I've broken your phone.
Oh, don't worry about it, mate. Footy Show Awards next week, folks. Tune in. Biggest show of the year.
Good on you.